I think Oath's just a playable card on its own. I think Oath of Kaya is just a very playable card. And I think any deck that could be playing Oath of Kaya in black-white probably has some amount of miscellaneous Planeswalkers anyways. And I think even without going crazy like this deck kind of is, Oath of Kaya is pretty reasonable. So this is a black-white mid-range control deck. We've got a lot of quality interaction and Mortify and like Kaya's Wrath. Then we've got some good Planeswalkers here. We've also got something that I think is kind of sweet in this build that I really like the idea of, is we have both Gutterbones and Adanto Vanguard in this deck, which are early creatures we can play that can be offensive, but they still play okay with Kaya's Wrath, which seems awesome. This deck also has a huge plethora of different Planeswalkers in it, which means we're leveraging 4 Mobilized Districts here in the mana base, which this is a card that's been super impressive. We're going to play Zach Elsick's Blue-White Friends deck later today that plays a bunch of Mobilized Districts as well. And that deck was impressive when we played against it earlier. So without further ado, let's dive on into some matches and see how they goes. You know, it's a long time away, and we don't know what it will include in 2 more sets. You see the creation of the new format, and I haven't. So my question is, do you think there'll only be cards that are banned from the get-go? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they ban, like, Marvel and maybe Reclamation to start. Sorin with Adanto is also awesome. Yeah, Sorin giving Adanto lifelink means that you only pay 1 life to give it indestructible, basically. I agree that it's possible that 3 Sorins is too many with the number of creatures in our deck. I think there is a possibility that that's true. It could be. And one of the things to think about is I've got 3 Sorin and 1 Ajani in the main deck of this deck. I think there's a real possibility that I would rather have 2 Ajani and 2 Sorin, because Ajani can stack 1/1 counters on Gideon, which is really appealing. That is true. Sorin is also good at picking off the only down-tick Planeswalkers that stay on 1 counter. I'm going to give this lifelink. I don't think they're blocking. If they do, more power to them. You could maybe argue that I could give it Vigilance, so that way the Gideon gets protected from the Elves in the backswing. But, like, they're probably going to play a payoff here sometime soon, right? Gideon being indestructible through A. Kaya's Wrath also seems sweet. There are 4 Wraths in this 75. It might be a mistake not to have 4. Yeah, there's only 3 Wraths, so I might want to throw a 4th one of those in the sideboard. Deputy.
Retreat.
Did not shoot the sheriff, but I'll destroy this deputy. Lifelink, baby, lifelink. A Bant deck is probably going to be an okay matchup for our Kaya's Wrath deck if I had to venture a guess. Their Planeswalkers are probably the biggest thing we need to worry about. There aren't any Vraska's Contempts in this build right now, too, which could also be something that we may or may not want. I'm going to go ahead and give this one Vigilance now.
Prepare for battle.
So it can protect Gideon. Yeah, it could be a Frilled Boy. Yep. Gutterbones here, gonna trade on off. Sorry, Glitterbones here, gonna trade off.
Bring it on.
We tried hard, but we mulliganed a lot. And then we died. Despark sounds great. Dreadhorde General is probably okay. Is Davriel something I'm into? I don't think I've ever passed an opponent with a catchword play. I just concede. Yeah, if they have cards in their hand, you're probably dead. This card probably gets gummed up inside of combat a good bit, huh? I think that's the trim. Yeah, I think that card seems fine in Legacy. Definitely not Chris. Her down tick's pretty good too. Font of Agonies just takes so much setup, Machu. And like, by the time you get that setup going, like, is it really better than just like having another continued source of card advantage like Ugin or a Liliana 6? Unfortunate mana. Okay. Perfect. Arguel's Bloodfast is kind of what we needed last game. Way to like generate some sustained card advantage to push through. Yeah, there's almost no creatures in this deck, Gendy. Why would you expect Oketcher to be good in this deck? Can you elaborate? That's so awkward. Wait, what? They just play that as a scry one? Oh. You know what, Machu? Alright, we can try some fonts. I'm gonna be honest, as someone who's an adult that can miss when he's wrong and admit when he's wrong. I thought Font of Agonies got one counter per activation. Which is definitely not the text of that card.
Shadow. A mind is a terrific thing to waste.
Don't you know hide me?
Let's tidy up in there.
Excellent Bant mana on display on the other side of the table. My opponent's discarded 2 Frilled Mystics.
I walk a righteous path.
I forgot to plus that. I didn't have a target and slipped my mind. We'll call it even Stevens on the Prison Realm.
The wilds are my shield.
Nothing. They played Prison Realm when it literally just came into play in Scryed 1. Good golly.
Your light will cleave the darkness.
Okay, so you've got claws.
Just gonna take my 3 for 1.
Perish the thought.
Wow, Baby Tef was their worst card.
I've seen things that would break.
Yeah, right,
like you.
right, Zach. Where's my district at? You assume Chad's going away here?
Not
Hey, look, a removal spell. I'm doing this now because I want to plus him.
Share in my light.
You
This
can't
does not
stop
count
magic.
Bloodfast, right? Or Kaya. Yeah, it's for each legendary creature or planeswalker you control. Got it. Bloodfast draws a lot of cards. Oh, we're so bad at drawing removal spells.
You should fear this board of darkness. I believe in you, friend.
Scars are lessons written in skin.
Scars are lesson written in skin. Well, Gideon also can't lifelink himself. So Gideon's ability is another target creature you control, so he can't give himself lifelink or vigilance or indestructible. Although he's already indestructible, I guess. A deck like this benefit from Ravenous Chupacabra. I don't know, I feel like we have enough removal in our deck. Wonder if they're going to hit my Gideon to prevent him from down ticking. They're not. Alright, so I start by attacking here. I mean, I think I've got like 3 more draws at Akaya's Wrath.
Good triumphs this day.
Remember when I said this deck probably wanted a 4th Kaya's Wrath? Yeah. Thank goodness. Hi, friends.
I've seen squirrels hit hard.
What a mess I've made.
We always had it. Yep, never once didn't have it. That is good television. Last possible second. Oh no, is this a Hydrate Crisis? That's a big in. Yeah, we got Takai's Wrath with time to spare, you know?
No one. I always survive. You'll see.
Got Takai's Wrath with time to spare.
I abhor my need
Yikes. Yikes. Watch out, John Avon. We are practicing drawing lands. We could have cast Doodlebog. We definitely had some huge tracks. Alright, I misread font. So it was a single Vanguard activation turns this on. It's probably better than I was giving it credit for. Let's give a pair of those a try. It's good with Bloodfast too. Random question, what desk am I using? I am using an uplift desk, and I would highly recommend against not getting an uplift desk. Need to do some research and find I've heard good things about Desk. I haven't used them myself though. It's probably gonna be the top of the list of ones I do some research on. But Uplift is one of the cheapest standing desks you will find on the market, and it is the cheapest one you're gonna find for a reason. The electronic controller in mine is going out already. Yeah, I've heard good things about Veridesk. Bought 16 of which one, Dozer? How long have I had the desk? A little over a year. Mine, yeah, okay, that doesn't surprise me. Hey, look, Godless Shrine enables Font of Agony. Roscoe, thanks for the 7 months. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Alright, and just like that, Font of Agony has no text. My Sorin has half a text box. My Mortify has half a text box. Arguel's Bloodfast is going to go away, so that doesn't really matter. Hey, look, another card without text. And that's so we played a Mardu control deck the other day, and that's the real struggle with these non-blue control decks, is suddenly you're playing against Esper, and they have Teferi and we don't, and they have counter spells and thought erasures and we don't, and just so many of our cards basically don't have text boxes in a matchup like this. This is one of the best draws in our deck, but it just gets absorbed. Yeah, exactly. The wrong half problem is really strong in these decks. Like, we really wish we had all of those Vanguards that we drew last game, right? Like, Adanto Vanguard would be absurd here, but we don't, so you're gonna lose a lot of game ones just automatically with a deck like this because it's just your answers don't line up well into what they have going on. Nah, maybe Sorin kills them in 20 turns. I'm not gonna concede until they have an unchecked source of card advantage. So if they get a Teferi or a Planeswalker going, we'll concede. Otherwise, we're gonna keep playing. They do have some dead draws as well. Yeah, all things considered, Vraska's Contempt killing a Sorin is like decent for us. He's like the worst of our Planeswalkers. Are you hungry? You hungry for some Vanguard? Absorb. Veto. And hey, who knows? Maybe we'll draw a land and we'll draw an Ugin and we'll get there before they get there on their target card advantage. So everybody says.
This is a prime day for justice.
Oh, I didn't notice we were playing in Salvato. No, it's a good Magic player with a good deck. That's terrifying.
Trick for this.
Well, that's annoying because it bounces Mad Chad here back to his back to our hand.
Prepare for battle.
Seems like a good line. Lets her re-impulse, basically. She gets to dig for another Planeswalker next turn.
I will defend the weak at every opportunity. Your light will cleave the darkness.
Cleave the darkness.
Before action.
I mean, it was like better than Fog, right? Because like it reset my Gideon. It put his loyalty back to 5, and he was at 6. Which is like not negligible. Yep. I assume we're gonna see this bounce a Font of Agony, because why not?
Might be a bad idea.
Do I track the win-loss records with the decks while I play them? I do not. One of the things I like to make sure I instill into people is that the number of games that I play here, an hour and a half or sometimes 2 hours with the deck, is not a statistically significant sample size, and it's definitely not big enough to draw any meaningful data from in terms of drawing database conclusions. So there's times where I've played decks and we've gone, you know, 4-0 with them, and the conclusion is this deck is bad and I don't want to play it again, or there's no help for this. And there's times where we go like 2-2 or 1-3, or you don't want to match. It's like, man, something's really here. We need to work on this some more. The art of being good at Magic the Gathering is extrapolating meaningful results from statistically insignificant sample sizes. Man, Gideon's pretty good against Esper, huh? They need, like, exactly Teferi or Contempt.
Such violence is upsetting.
Such violence is upsetting. I don't think that card's quite good enough for Standard Derelict. We played a blue-white Karn the Great Creator control deck, and it felt really clunky. Not having a sideboard is a pretty big cost in this format, and there aren't really good threats that you can go get with him.
Let's slow this down.
So they're going to tuck Gideon in, because if they don't tuck him in, he's going to exile Teferi.
I'm not ready for this quite yet.
Lich's Mastery is still in Standard. I'm going to lead on this, because I think it could bait a counterspell. I'd much rather this get counterspelled than my Liliana get counterspelled. Once, if this goes away, and the second Gideon goes away, we'll call it garbage time and move along with our lives.
Hurry!
Yes, for Nash. Minus does kill indestructible things. It's actually Gideon's actually one of the reasons why Ob Nixilis' Cruelty is a good card in the format. In addition to exiling random things like Phoenix. Alright, let's cut all of these bad cards that have no text box. It's pretty clean, huh? I cut all the bad cards and I brought in good ones. Yeah, I mean, like, and that's what you need to be able to do here, right? Like, we cut all of these cards that don't have a text box at all because my opponent's not playing creatures, and we cut them for meaningful interaction and things like Duress. Ins and outs line up well here. Oath might be better than third Sorin. It kills Narset, Teferi, and Thief. I can see that. Killing Thief's a big deal. And killing Narset after she's down ticked once is also nothing to scoff at. Not at all, Bellathor. There's that's a good sign for Magic. It means it could possibly be a spectator game at some point. Hey, Moxian. Well, thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good evening over in the UK. Good to have you here. The 6 spell hands always look nice, right? Because they have a lot of good spells. Well, I mean, this is technically a 2 spell hand, right? And against the Duress Thought Erasure deck, the top of my deck's gonna need to be good regardless here, so might as well keep my hand full of lands and hope to draw good ones. Mobilize. Ooh, that's a good one to have on top. Mobilized District, hopefully gonna punch the clock and get to work here against their creature decks. Yeah, can't Thought Erasure the top of my deck. Yes, this is Luis Salvat. I believe someone said earlier that they're streaming on their channel as well, so you can probably watch this from both sides. See, very, very cleverly leaving the good cards on top of my deck. That's a Thief of Sanity, though, huh? Yikes. So I got 2 draws and a Mortify here. Yeah, we're gonna draw Sorin, and it should have been Othakaya.
Be proud of you. Look how far you have come.
Alright. Probably dead. You'll Phage the Untouchable. Get 2 shots, another Mortify next turn. Do you have any 4 or 5 mana planeswalkers that deal with this? I don't, right? With the Thief in play, bouncing this is pretty good. Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh, revel in it. Thunk. That takes 3 to activate still, right? Gideon. Ajani going up.
Strength is born.
Ajani's ultimate is unbeatable in this matchup, so... The crowd did cheer when we mortified the Thief.
Don't worry.
Oh, praise be to RNGesus, our incredibly low variance game, this Magic the Gathering. So, I haven't activated my Ajani yet, because the extra counter doesn't matter. And now, post-combat, because this has Vigilance, I can animate the other one and make both of them 4/4s. And if they had a removal spell for my first district, I could still activate the other one and then end up with a 4/4 even if they kept their Teferi. Alright, did you find Vraska's Contemptor Teferi? The Vigilance on District is like it's super secret hidden mode. You've beaten the Ajani ult with Esper control. I believe you that decks exist that can beat the Ajani ult. Esper control is not one of them.
You do not fight alone.
Yeah. I could have saved mana on my activation by keeping the Ajani there. Whatevs.
I really should have seen that coming.
Trigger. See, Luis knows. They know. Salvado knows what's up. And they've played this game before. Cat Chad. Alright, get the oaths in to finish off Planeswalkers and kill Thief. One time I had a zombie emblem out at the same time as heroic reinforcements. God bless. God bless us, everyone. The next deck is Reanimator. Yeah, we're gonna play Abzan Reanimator up next. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna run late tonight. There are there's 9 decks in the deck queue with 50 plus points right now, and I really like to try and keep them under 50, so we're gonna run late. Is the music really distorted and wobbly? I don't think so. At least not on my end. Maybe that's on your end. Yeah, there were a couple of cuts today. Doesn't have sleeves, can't win. Oh, doesn't have lands, can't win. Low variance game, etc, etc. This card's really good. That's just how the music sounds, Nemesis. That's just what the music in this application sounds like.
I march into battle as your champion.
And normally, Lifelink's not relevant against Esper, but it is when you have Bloodfast out. And they're dying very quickly here.
Excellent timing. That's more like it.
I believe in you.
I'm gonna try and hit a land drop. Yeah, the fact they dealt 4 to themselves this game, right? But that definitely hasn't helped there. Position against. Oh, I should have waited to cast the Vanguard until I drew, because I could have played this Duress this turn too, huh?
Only time will tell.
Yeah, like this, like, and this is one of the things I said I liked about this deck, is the split of like resilient threat to the bottom probably gives this black-white deck a much, like, I know they stumbled this game, but between Mobilized District, Gideon, Adanto, Gutterbones, this deck hits on its threats from a lot of different axes that give it a little bit more of a chance against Esper than some of these other mid-range decks otherwise would have. Listen, Marty, PB Jeff is sponsored by viewers like you, okay? Sponsored by viewers like you. Nice Mobilized Districts, Hogland. Perfect. Nice Mobilized District, Hogland. Am I keeping that? I think I'm keeping that. By viewers like you and VSQ. Alright, I'm gonna shock this in and play Arguel's Bloodfast. And then next turn we can go Guildgate tapped, activate Bloodfast, and then Chapel Kaya's Wrath. Hats! Coming in hot with the 10-month resub. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. We're going to take 5 and then 2 more. Hopefully they like. Second history sounds great. Wide Eye, no fear. Mono Bloodfast activations. I ain't scared. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Concession Wrath? Concession Wrath? Concession Wrath? Man, I'm glad we stuck the 4th one of those in the sideboard. It's only fair. They had a pair of histories. I get a pair of Kaya's Wraths. That's how that works, right? Oh no! Oh no! Their knights have hexproof from all our things, chat. Why do they have so much hexproof? Oh no! Oh no! It has first strike, chat. The district will be able to chump block at some point, but it has first strike. Are we? I think we might be dead. If I pay 2 here, I go to 2, and this puts me to 5, and then I'm dead to these things. So I guess they're just going to my turn. Oh no. Could have double blocked with Gutter and the land. That's a good call. That's a good call. Yeah, that was the line. That's the play to win line. Oh, that's true. If I wait a turn and have 1 more mana, I can gain 3 off of this. See, I'm gonna mortify one of these tokens and just go to me. The lack of foils is a real turn off. Brick! Brick! Alright, so if I play Chad...
Together we can banish evil from this plane.
I can activate Mobilized District. Give it lifelink. And then I can pick back up. I can pick back up and play Gutterbones. And they can't kill Chad because they only have 4. I think we're... And if they attack Chad, Oathakaya triggers. I think we're doing it. Yeah! Alright, that was... I feel like that was way closer than it needed to be after the double Kaya's Wrath start. But we bridged the gap, so let's not complain here, shall we? Davriel does not seem particularly good. Actually, is Mortify bad? It doesn't kill any of their knights. Is this not good enough? It doesn't kill any of their knights. This at least kills, Moment at least kills, the Black Knight. I guess it does kill history. Actually, I should cut my Adanto Vanguards, right? Because I'm the control deck in this matchup. That's the key. How do we feel about this? How do we feel about this? I think I like this. Our Sorin becomes a lot worse if I cut most of the creatures, though, right? I'm gonna go down to 2 Sorin and add a Mortify. Like some Sorin to lifelink with the gang is fine. Because I do still have Gutterbones and Liliana tokens and Ugin tokens and Gideon. That's true. Font is pretty bad without. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna cut the font actually. Ajani overcomes first strike. All right, fine. Why would I want 6 mana Kai on the side? What problem does she solve that I have? Sounds like not stellar, but it's definitely in the range of keepable, I think. Duress me, daddy. Yeah. Give me them needles. The Mortify foil is really good. I really like the foils that have the subtle shimmer, even when you're not mousing over them. Ooh, they have districts too. They don't have any white mana. That's really good for me. Do I play this? I think so. He's like, hey, look, a distraction. For people wondering why I'm not mortifying their Knight of Malice, it's because that's not a legal play. Untapped white or black land. Untapped white or black land. Untapped white or black land.
Fight dirty. Your light will cleave the darkness.
Poor Chad. Chad was like deal 4, gain 6. It's like in the range of okay, right? Mobilized District's gonna fire up soon. And once they kill Chad, their guys go back down to 2/2s. Alright, Chad. I'm not throwing you to the wolves yet, Chad. Kaya's gonna have her wrath before we get you down, big boy. Yeah, the fact that they were oh no! Oh no! Moments before the crash. What a terrible, awkward game of Magic the Gathering. Alright, on to game the 3rd. Oh goody, a 6-drop. I'm gonna include an excerpt of that game in my autobiography 26 lands later. A stumble and die story. Yeah, the Moment of Cravings are in my deck. pretty good. Oh no! I'm glad we brought in all 4 Moments of Craving. Oh, Kaya, can you be angrier? They got a creature land over here too. It's gonna dodge our wrath. Welcome to the illusion of choice, opponent. Enjoy your stay. 8675309 86753. You know, Marty, I'd never be able to sing that song on stream without your lead in. Hey, look, a distraction.
Share in my light.
Share in my light.
That was a good hit.
Zach Ferry, you're being super results based there. Our deck has creatures that can block Adanto. We have 4 Moment of Cravings, and we have Liliana, 6-mana Lilianas that can downtick. We have Bell-Haunts that can block. Basically, we have a lot of reasonable answers to Adanto, and we're just not drawing them. And you shouldn't make knee-jerk changes to your deck every time you happen to get a little bit unlucky and your answers don't line up well.
I believe in you, friend.
Yeah, the Mobilized District does cheer when it comes into play. This is just one of those things that you have to accept when you're going to play interactive decks like this. It doesn't matter what mix of cards you have in your deck. There's going to be some games where you just don't get to really play Magic because the parts you drew don't line up well into the parts your opponent drew. Vivian's Arcbow is not casting the creature, so it doesn't impact Kicker at all. Yeah, I agree, Zach. The like giant heads up that, hey, a creature land came down is great.
I am not quite indestructible.
So if we hit a Moment of Craving here, we can moment this, and then she doesn't kill Gideon just yet, so that's nice.
Vampirism is a useful trait.
Hey, look, another Kaya's Wrath. Up, down, life's like a jump rope. Up, down, down. We have been bested in the black-white sewer mirror match. Is a creature land a good addition to almost any control deck? Yeah, if you can afford the colorless land slots, the creature land is definitely worth playing. If you have any number of planeswalkers, it gets much, much better. I died doing what I love, drawing cards. Yeah, the Knights were, like, exceptionally good against us. Obviously. Oh, no! We're playing against Mythic number 1! We're just down here on the rank floor, opponent! You're number 1! Why are you playing? What do you stand to gain? What do you stand to gain? I think Mobilized District would be good in the blue-black Hefnet deck. Maybe. It might be better than the Field of Ruin. I don't know. So, one of the problems with playing blue-black control is that you don't have a good way to answer like things like enchantments. So I think Blast Zone is particularly valuable in the blue-black control deck because it allows you to answer permanents that you otherwise wouldn't be able to answer. The blue-black Kefnet deck also notably doesn't have that many planeswalkers in it, so the upside from that card isn't particularly high. Hey, look, we're getting a first-hand example of why Kaya's Wrath is not particularly good against the red deck. This is like turn 4 lethal. Well, see, look at that. We captured, for all the people at home, a fine concrete example of how you reach Mythic number 1. For any of you who are wondering what getting to Mythic number 1 looks like, I present our case. Alright, let's cut the Adantos. I don't know that we really have good tools for this matchup. Seems rough. I guess this technically deals damage to them once their hand gets empty, huh? I'll bring in a Despark for their enchantment / a Phoenix, potentially. Alright, let's give it a try. Oh, here we go. Chad's just like, wait, Jeff, you love me, Jeff. Please, I'm a good Chad. Wouldn't Kaya's Wrath be better than when you're on the play? Maybe. So, like, games like the last one make Kaya's Wrath feel like it's excellent in this matchup. In my experience, Kaya's Wrath tends to often be bad in this matchup. Or, to be more specific, it tends to often be worse than just having spot removal. For reference, just so my position on the red deck is clear, I think decks like Mono Red are an important part of a healthy and balanced standard environment. 9 times out of 10, if your deck is losing to Mono Red, it probably just means your deck is bad. And rather than stomach that you're not a good deck builder, people often like to write off Mono Red as being unfair or cheap or mean or all these other things that are just some hot nonsense that seek to validate someone as a deck builder rather than saying, maybe my deck's just not that good and I need to, like, work on being a better deck builder.
I can take it. Curse the darkness.
I adore
Alright, let's try one more. We tried Black-White Angels recently, and that felt pretty lackluster too. Not having counter spells in your mid-range control deck in this format just really doesn't feel like the place I want to be in life. And, like, it feels like we're getting the squeeze from both directions, basically. Like, Wilderness Reclamation is probably hard. That aggro matchup was not particularly close. We're just, like, getting pounded in both directions, essentially. Alright, Esper. Our hand here is actually pretty reasonable against Esper to start, depending on what their threats look like. Sure. We got 2 resilient threats in play here. Wow, they ditched Moments. They must have another answer to this, huh? I don't think I really want to play Sorin into a counterspell here, so I'm just going to pass. This will probably get the Absorb out of their hand. Just Chemist's Insight, okay.
Evil. I don't think you'll be needing
Yes,
that.
Chemist's Insight kind of undoes Davriel, right? Like, this card takes 3 cards away from them, but Chemist's Insight puts them, like, up 2 cards. Some parry there. Ooh, Othakai is going to be a sweet surprise. Punch ya. Hey, the Reese coming in with the brand new tier 1 sub. Welcome.
Let me pick
Hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday wherever you're at. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Really? Okay.
My heart is hollow with scorn for you. I require your body, not your soul.
Love tap, baby, love tap, baby, love tap, baby, love tap, love tap, baby, love tap, baby, love tap. That's where it's at. Well, thanks for keeping me around, Riska.
Let's skip to the good part.
Folks like you allow this to be a little bit more than just a hobby for me. Interesting that we're Chemist's Inciting instead of using the Search for Escanta. I would be incredibly disappointed with Mr. Punker if Love Shack wasn't on the list of songs.
Time for Plan B.
Get him.
You just let me know if you're up for round 2.
I am skeptical on Font of Agonies, and one of the main reasons why I'm skeptical on Font of Agonies is because in a lot of the matchups where this effect is good, Adanto Vanguard is not good. Is the big issue with it in my mind.
Empty your mind.
Empty your minds. We've got 2 pretty resilient threats in play here. We've got Sorin. Great, there goes 1.
I wish you all short lives.
Had a Sorin. And not only did they kill my Sorin, but taking him off the table in the way they did increase the clock by a significant margin. Yeah, video games get pretty decent numbers, Otros. MTGO in the mornings is still pretty light, but especially around the new set release stuff. Alright, we have a plan for control at least here. To cut a bunch of the bad cards, bring in the good ones. How do you get Deckmaster to work? Turn off your ad blocker if it's not working on your browser by default. If you're on mobile, you can tap the little the extension icon just to the right underneath the video player. They drew a Vraska's Contempt, Nemesis. And they had a Teferi in play. I conceded to the second Contempt. It's been a pleasure to follow you since the days of Dead Guy Ale, Moriarty. That's a long time ago. That was my first Legacy Open top 8, circa 2013. I find it cool. If you find the correct audience, it's possible to make a decent living streaming videos, games and children's card games to like-minded people. It is rather novel. It's interesting to see where the industry goes. It's still very new, all things considered. Magic is 13 plus. 13-year-olds are children. In fact, I'd probably make the strong argument that many 18-year-olds are still children. I have this fear that Watsy knows I supported you heavily and added me to a blacklist. The VSQ, their stuff is really good. Alright, look at that. We've cleverly played this game in a way that makes us immune to the third thought erasure. The record command, even if it wasn't disabled, is not relevant in Magic Arena. Gosh, look at all of our stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and jam this here. It could get absorbed, but it could proactively stop a Teferi too. And if they do play a Teferi, Mobilized District plus Gutterbones here does actually threaten to kill him, which is nice. I guess I can still activate this after they do this.
I train every day. No home, your
Yeah, playing out a card that they likely want to counter into the Chemist's Insight turn is usually pretty important. I think it's the most fun deck to play in Standard right now. I've been enjoying Sultai Flash, and I also like the blue-black Kefnet deck that we had played. This is a great draw, because it potentially lets me clear a removal spell, so I can kill the Narset with the Mobilized District. Sweet. And if they tap out for Tef next turn, they have to draw a 2 or 3 mana removal spell to not have him immediately die to Mobilize District. Concede to my creature lands! Concede! Sorry. Alright. Alright, excellent. I should probably spend some time testing the Esper deck that had 5 Planeswalkers and 2 Districts in it. That's probably the best deck I've enjoyed playing too. What do I've got? I've got 3 weeks until the end of the month. The 25th is when the end of the MCQ tournament is at the end of the month. Yeah, we played Esper Control with 4 main deck Narset, both Tefris and Ugin, with 2 Districts in it and 27 lands. It felt really good. Hand's not amazing, but I don't believe in mulliganing against decks full of discard spells. It's lit 22 and barely feel like an adult. Thanks for the half a year, Roku. Welcome back. It was, Marty. It was the wheel deck, cut wheel for real cards. Clipsy. Coming in for the 13th month. Welcome back. Absorb. Veto. Rude. Indeed. Make sure you use that Prime every month. Even if you don't Prime sub here, Prime sub somewhere. Think of it as taking money out of the pocket of the richest man in the world and giving it to some person on Twitch. My people need me. We shall mobilize my people. Return. I almost instinctually just tried to, like, do the thing. Unimonkey, thank you for the Twitch Prime support. And the Lopsy Papsy. Welcome to Hoaglandia, folks. Thanks for keeping me around. Oh no! Oh no! The entire district's been scored. I feel like Mobilized District dying to Tyrant score, and that's probably like a scene in the latest book, right? Feels like something you'd expect in the book. From one Jeff to another.
Keep up the pace. I can no longer stand by and watch.
Alright, Gaia's taken an oath. She's had enough of your stuff, Jeffrey. Three mana lightning helix, still decent.
I'm mysterious.
Because my opponent has Thought Erasers and Duresses in their deck, I'm gonna hold this land in my hand.
Mind is a terrific thing to waste.
Any deck of the day contenders yet? It's been kind of a rough set so far today. Does anything stand out? I don't know that I have a deck of the day just yet. The prof made a video about the latest book. Apparently it's one big battle scene mixed with some exposition and a god-awful read. So I'm holding on to this Duress for now, which could get punished if they draw a Duress or Thought Erasure of her own. But if I draw a threat like this Gideon, now I've given my opponent the most chances to like draw an absorb or something that I can clear out here. So like if they absorb or veto this, then they're less likely to absorb or veto this. And obviously they could have multiple answers like they do here, but in general against counterspell decks, I think it's right to hold your Duresses in this mid game like this until they have something that you actually want to take away from them. Oh yeah. 26 life points. More like 13 magic cards. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, Bloodfast. Pull me into the future. Wildozer. Coming in hot with the brand new, with the sub gift of Roonies. Welcome new folks to Hoaglandia. Enjoy the gift of speech. Wow, I am glad we had Bloodfast to pull us through that pocket of lands. Again, gonna sit on this Duress until I have something I want to resolve. Same with that one. I mean, like, they spent a Mortify and we drew 3 cards. So, like, that Bloodfast was really a win, right? Where are my districts at? Hey, they've got 2 cards. That means the Liliana's resolving, right? Oh, yeah. There's my big gal. There's my big gal. Zombie, 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 eh, eh. Huh. Man, we're 2-0 against Esper with this deck. And this is why I feel like the matches I've played with this are why it's such a good example of why you shouldn't judge a book by the cover. If you would have asked me to estimate what I expected this deck to be good or bad against, I definitely would not have put my money on reasonable against Esper and struggling against aggro. Yeah, I agree, B-Rich. The mix of Bloodfast, Gideon, Adanto, Gutterbones, like Mobilized District, these things all felt very reasonable. I feel like I want to adjust the main deck to be like marginally better against aggressive decks. think I want to cut that silly font and put in a couple of Bell-Haunts. And I think we've got so many ways to gain life. I'm going to slide another Bloodfast into this sideboard. Do I not own 3? How do I not own 3 Bloodfasts? I guess I've never played 3 of those before. All right, let's play one more. I mean, to be fair, it's not just Bant Box that gets pushed back. Everything slides down the line. It's okay. I'm gonna stream till at least 6 o'clock today, and as long as decks at the top of the standard queue are all bumping up above 50 points, I think I plan to go to 6 o'clock every day this week. It's the deck of the day so far. I don't know that I have a standout contender for the deck of the day just yet. It's still early, though. I'm planning to do at least 2 more today. Am I not sick now? I mean, it depends on what your definition of sick is, right? If you ask some people, they'd probably tell you I am definitely sick. But I feel relatively healthy at the moment. What time zone I'm in? I am Central Standard Cornfield time, so it's currently 10 to 3 here where I live. So planning to do 2 more decks at least after this. Well, in the Gates defense, I do have 2 Gates in this deck. I wonder if this deck wants some Contempts in the 75. I don't really have clean answers to other Planeswalkers, huh? Although I suppose attacking and blocking are like technically kind of answers. I would love if she down-ticked on here so I can finish her with Oath of Kaya.
Come to me.
This might be wrong, but I feel like I need to pressure their Planeswalker here.
I'm not losing everything again.
Abzan Citadel. Well, I will definitely get you an email back later this evening. You're not wrong, Ozzy Pants. The Midwest gets like both sub-zero temperatures and like 100-degree temperatures, but we're not big on natural disasters, which is definitely an upside. All right, ha ha, staying alive, ha ha, staying alive. Are we dead? I think we're dead. 8, 12, dead. All right. So parts of Illinois do get tornadoes on occasion, but where I live in Bloomington, we have the national headquarters for both State Farm and Country Insurance, and they have the insurance bubble around our city that prevents anything too terrible from getting in. I don't think I want to cut Kaya's Wrath. I think I definitely want Kaya's Wraths. I think it's possible these Spyglasses could just be Contempts. I think that's the swap I would probably make, but I think I definitely do not want to cut my Kaya's Wraths. I guess I technically have Despark. I'm in Bloomington, Illinois. Nope. Yeah, I'll put the last Bloodfast in. They have lots of ways to kill it, and it's our best draw engine. Do 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 do. This is the kind of deck where like when it's coming down the hallway you can hear it. It's got some junk in the trunk. It's not what you would refer to as a smooth criminal. The Children's Discovery Museum in Bloomington is excellent. It's one of my kids' favorite destinations. Free Stoneforge best deck. The Magic Sausage Cat. Thank you for the 11 months. Welcome back. Addle do pig, I suppose. Florida woman pulls alligator out of yoga pants during traffic stop. God, the internet is strange. Oh, they don't have a land. So you're saying we have a chance. Take a chance on me. Do 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 do. Listen. Stone Rain you. Alright, let's go. Thunk. Love tap. Baby love tap. Baby baby. They did mulligan to 6 on the draw, chat. It's not like they just kept like a 1-land 7. Be gone! I am Ugin. Look at that! Mulligan to 5 beats opponent who missed his second land drop. News at 11. I think I'm gonna cut these Davriels on the draw and put in these moments as more just like cheap spot removal. It's like kill their mana dorks. This might not be a keep. I'm not going to play Gutterbones on 1 because I don't think 2 points of damage. I don't think attacking them sooner is really as meaningful as saving ourselves 2 points alive. I definitely think we're the control deck in this matchup. So I want to be a little bit conservative with my health total.
Trust me. You'll thank me later. Let's try this.
I just want to get Chad going here. I could have gone like tapped Godless Shrine, double Glitterbones, but getting a 4/4 down is going to be good. Like if they deploy a threat here, I can like Glitterbones plus Mortify their threat, which is nice. And like while it feels a little bit bad to like, they're going to get this back eventually, they do have to take the time to redraw this. So remember, the gods aren't card advantage, they're just like sticky. This is going to be our last match with this deck. Now it is worth noting that if my opponent has a land next turn, they could fart this and attack my Gideon, but I think I'm okay with that exchange too, because then I just get to mortify this.
This is hardly my worst. Another day, villain.
Could have gone worse.
Right on schedule. I'll protect you.
Alright, so we play this. We do this. We shoot the deputy. And this leaves us Mortify for killing the Oketra down the line here, which is nice. We might actually be able to like tempo them out of this game, kinda. Ended up hitting a good mix of stuff here finally.
I believe in you.
Now, if they have a creature to play with this, do they have a 2-drop? If they have a 2-drop to play with this, we could be in trouble. Oh, huh. So I can activate this. And then I'm going to give this lifelink.
Prepare for battle.
How do I, if I click on here, so I need to stop on my, so I want to declare these as attackers, and then before my opponent gets a chance, oh no, oh no, Teferi stops this from happening. I can't, oh man. It's fine, it's fine. They get to kill a Gutterbones. I messed up. My Glitterbone shouldn't be dying. God, Teferi is annoying.
Matter of time.
I should be +2 life, and my Gutterbone should be in place still. I guess I should wait till their draw step to do this technically. And like that difference could end up being super relevant here, because that means they're gonna like get back to that sooner. Like I have less pressure with which to close the game now. We'll see. It's gonna be close from here for sure. Removal spell. I don't think we're in garbage time by any stretch of the imagination.
My sword is your end.
It always makes me smile. Like, you folks are just, you would give up way too soon. Way too soon. Like, I get it, it's fun to give up, but, like, there's 4 Kaya's Wraths in my deck, chat. Like, giving up when I have 4 Kaya's Wraths in my deck is really silly. When they're only ahead via creatures.
I have come for vengeance. Blood. What a mess I've made.
He's a creature at your turn. Oh, yeah. Feel the power of my Oath of Kaya. Sorin rebuys the Glitterbones next turn too, which is funny.
I know my responsibility. Oh, I've done the hero thing before. I abhor my blood.
Huh. We might burn them out here, huh? Am I getting Frilled Mystics? No, they're just doing that. Okay. Yeah, Bones entering tapped is to balance out the fact that he can block. A lot of these recursive 2/1s can't block when Wizards designs them. So he enters tap but can't block. I think that's a fair trade-off. Draw 5 probably puts it away. I'll take one more draw step at a Wrath here.
How predictable. May death find you quickly.
I feel like my takeaway on this black-white deck is very similar to my takeaway on the Grixis decks we've been playing, which is that the control tools that these colors have access to just really don't seem appealing. I feel like if I wanted to play these colors, I would probably want to do so in a more aggressive shell. Like we played against someone on a black-white deck with a bunch of knights in it. Wyatt Darby had been playing something similar to that seemed okay, and I think if I was dead set on playing black-white, I would move away from this like Kaya's Wrath, go super big plan, and play something that's a little bit more aggressively slanted. We've not played a good feather deck yet. We played a really bad red-white version that was submitted early in the season, but we've not played any of the good variations that put up results at the SCG over the weekend, or the potentially good versions that put up results at the SCG. This deck is something. All right.